In today's video, I'm going to be working with scrap wood, one of my favorite things to do. I actually have a few things I want to make for myself, so that's what I'll be working on, and then I have a few ideas of things to make to sell on my website. And if I look a little bit wet and bedraggled, it's because I just ran out in the shop to get something, and we actually got a rain shower. We need it so much here in Ohio. It's been kind of dry recently, but it sounds so nice, just the rain dripping in the trees. Here is some of our scrap wood, and John despairs sometimes with me and my keeping every little piece of wood, just in case we need it for a project, but I know he's, it's come in handy for him too. Sometimes when he's working on something, it's just handy to have all kinds of different, shapes and sizes here. And I'll probably mostly be working with this one here. This is a really pretty, I call it, old barn wood. It has that look. It's slightly rough to the touch, but it can easily be sanded down, and then, applying a top coat or something really helps to bring out the pretty textures of it. And then down here in our other shop, we have these amazing pieces that Mark had given us. It's my brother-in-law, Mark. He had built some raised beds for Marlene and had this left over, and it's just a pretty pine, kind of rough sawn wood. And I do have some ideas for this too. I'm not sure what all I'll get done, in this video, but here I also have a pile of picket fence, and I feel like I used what I want for actual picket fence, which you can see it up there. This is kind of the back view of it. I'm still loving that picket fence, by the way, but here is the rest of it, and I thought, I could tear it apart and make things with it. This is always a nice wood to work with. Like I mentioned before, there's two different things I for sure want to make for myself in this video, and I thought maybe some of you would like something like this too and could maybe get an idea, from this video, hopefully. I mean, there's always a couple ways, to do things, but I can at least, give you some inspiration. The first thing is an herb drying rack. I've been wanting to make one that looks pretty, sitting out on the counter, and I dry some of my own herbs, and I'm always looking for a place to set them, like a screen to put them on, and I know I would really get a lot of use out of this. And the other item is a strong little tray or crate that I want to have sitting on the basement island or even upstairs, something that, again, looks pretty to just have sitting out and is also convenient. I often find myself carrying things from, upstairs to downstairs, and especially now with doing some canning, if I have a strong, crate or tray to just even set some jars in to carry them again, from the upstairs to downstairs or vice versa, I know that would be something I would use a lot. The first thing I'm working on is the herb drying rack, and here I'm just using the table saw to cut my wood into strips, and these strips will be used to make the frames that my screen will be fastened to. So I want 3 different screens to be in my rack, and of course here I have 6 long pieces and 6 short, and I'll probably go ahead and sand them, and then they will be put together like this. I do have 3 of my long boards here have the rough side showing, and I want that to be like the front of my little screens, like it will look. I might even add a little knob or something to kind of pull them out, but I wanted that rough look, so I'm going to save those for the front for sure. And so I'll use one of these for the back, and then this is the front here, and here will be my sides. Something like this. And again, I'll probably sand all the pieces and then glue them and probably just pin them. I mean, there's not going to be hardly any weight on here, so it doesn't have to be really sturdy. here I have my 4 little posts to hold my drying screens. And then I have 12 pieces that will be pinned onto these posts, to hold my racks in place. I'm going to need some braces or some connecting boards to hold this little rack together, and before cutting those I'm going to go ahead and just set it up the way I want it to be, and that way I have something to measure and then go by that. So I want my top front board to have some sort of design on it, maybe like a company name or something. Of course, it would be a fake one, but I'm planning on using my favorite laser engraver. I've talked about this one before on here. This is the XTOOL S1, and it is a favorite of mine. It's still sitting in our basement. I had intentions of, moving it eventually, but I just haven't moved it out of the basement because I almost use it daily, and it's so handy to have it down here. But I plan to use this one to put my little design on here, and I used Canva to design it. Nothing fancy, but just to add a little bit of character. Next project is that shallow crate or tray that I want to make for myself, and once again I'm using the table saw. I'll be using the miter saw to get my wood to the correct size. I want my ends for this tray to be rounded, so here I'm just using a large round sign that I had lying around here. I'm going to use this to get my shape. I'm going to reinforce this bottom with some screws. I don't want this falling out if I'm carrying something heavy or glass. I'm just drilling holes here, and then I'll be putting some screws in. Something we use a lot in our house is a little phone stand. The boys especially will use it while they're eating, like if they're eating separately, they'll be, on their phones. Now, of course, if we all eat together, we're not going to be on our phones, but it's even handy for me sometimes when I'm sitting at the table and I just like a place to set my phone that it's kind of at a slight angle so I can, see the screen. So that's what I'm after here. I cut a few parts. I didn't get a video of every little thing here, but I'm trying to find that right angle to, get that tilt. And it's kind of hard. I'm usually not really good with angles. I should probably have John here helping me, but I'll see what I can do here. I thought it would be neat to add some sort of a design onto this piece, being that often there won't be a phone on it. It would just be sitting somewhere. I thought it would look prettier that way, and I opted to go with a monogram, and once again I'm using my laser engraver, the S1, to engrave the design. I have one project I want to try to make in this video using these picket fence boards, and initially when I thought of this I was thinking maybe a room divider that would have either 2 or 3 sections and would be hinged, and somehow I'd use these boards to make it, and then of course paint it, maybe add some decor transfers. And then as I began planning this out, I thought, why not just go on a much smaller scale and just create something kind of like that you would set on a piece of furniture, maybe like a buffet or a mantle or even a dresser. Instead of maybe having a mirror or a picture frame, hanging behind it, you would actually just have a stand-up section that would look pretty and just kind of be a backdrop for all of your decorations that you'd have on the piece. And I have a lot of really pretty decor transfers on hand right now, and I thought that would look just lovely, maybe something floral, kind of vintage looking. So that's what I have in mind here. Just getting the boards ready, sanding them down just a bit, putting them together and painting them, and then I'll be adding the decor transfer. I went through my stash of hardware, like old hardware pieces taken off of furniture, managed to find 4 little hinges that fit perfectly for these boards. I of course need 2 wings to help this thing stand upright. And my transfers, most of them come from Patterson Art Studio. I've talked about them before on here, but make sure to check out their Etsy shop. I have the link down below in the description box. They have all kinds of different transfers along with many other things. If you enjoy creating, you will definitely not be disappointed. And now and then Cheryl will send me a box of goodies, is what I call it. So much fun to sort through and see what she sends, like she totally knows what I like, and this is no exception here. I just love these vintage looking florals. So the final thing I'll be showing in this video is a really simple project. I'll be using that wood that Mark had used to make raised beds for Marlene. I just love the color of that wood. It's that color that you can't really get by using a certain stain. It just has to be like the wood just has to be naturally this color. And I thought when I sanded it down, how beautiful would that be to have a favorite quote, maybe a scripture or a saying or just something that inspires you engraved onto this wood and displayed amongst your decorations. And this one will be available on the Etsy shop because I want to get it into people's hands. Like instead of using maybe a sticky note like we sometimes do to, put scripture on or just something to bring some cheer, into our day, this will be engraved in wood and it will last, pretty much forever. And it'll just look really pretty again displayed amongst our decorations. So as you can see, once again using that XTOOL S1 engraver. And by the way, if you're wanting to invest in a laser engraver, this is the one you want to get. I mean, I am sold on this engraver. It's so accurate and it's so easy to use. Like if you're thinking of, I know this is on a whole nother note, but if you want to start a small business or something, making custom things for people or just playing around with a laser engraver, I would highly recommend this one. And I do have an affiliate link down below in the description box if you decide to order. It would really help us out if you use that link, and if not, just use another link or just Google it. But make sure you invest in an engraver like this. You definitely won't be disappointed. And I do want to have a video coming soon, probably just stuck in between my normal Wednesday ones, where I want to just again show you how this thing works. It's just amazing. I'd have endless time in a day. I would just play around with this thing all day long. So much fun. So once again, these quote blocks is what I'll call them, are available on the Etsy shop and the website. I'll have them on both places. So if you're wanting a pretty, quote or scripture engraved on beautiful wood like this, make sure to check out those listings. And this would also, of course, make a lovely gift for someone if you know what their favorite saying would be. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It sure was a lot of fun working on these projects. In fact, using scrap wood and making things is probably one of my favorite things to do. I know I often say that about different things, but just something about it, go out in the shop and just be able to create things. I have so many more ideas, so that will be for future videos, but hopefully I gave you maybe some inspiration to think twice before burning scrap wood. There's so much that can be done with it. I have some exciting new things I want to show you here, some new products that are going to be on the website. And then behind me here, you might see we made 2 more panels like this, and there's some more going in the shop as I'm speaking. I don't have them ready to, take pictures of them, but we plan to sell them on the website. This one is one of my favorite designs. I've used this before in my videos, and I'll try to bring a close-up on the screen here for you. This is what the design that my little computer table that I often use. This is the design that one has. And then we did another one that has the vintage roses and then also a kind of a French country design. And MB helped me make these, and I love how they turned out. So make sure to check those out on my website. And the other new thing I want to show you here involves scrap fabric. I know this video was about scrap wood, but I wanted to put some of my scrap fabric to use. I have so much of it just to build up, over the years. And I got set up with an Amish lady that sews these beautiful pouches. And for myself, when we travel and even just around the house here, I like to have little pouches like this on hand. And we have different sizes here. And this one, what I'm holding here, are the large sizes. And these have, and I'll try to put some pictures on the screen, up close, but these actually have more of a bottom to them. Like there's more space in the bag to put things. I think they would make great cosmetic bags. And you could wash them too, like they're washable. I like that idea, and they're just so well made and so pretty. The lady that makes them has been sewing for years, and she has made a lot of these over the years. And she also has different things that she sews, but definitely very talented. And then these cute ones, these are just adorable. Like you just smile when you see them. They're so tiny, and I think they would be great to hold, even jewelry or just little hair clips. Different things you could put in here, even use it as a little change purse or pocket, for your purse. You could even stick it in a pocket, like it's so small and so cute. And make sure to check these out. And again, these are made with scrap fabric. You might even recognize some of these patterns from previous projects that I've been doing. And then I also have one of my favorite products here. I'm going to run over to my purse and grab my own that I had made, and you might recognize this. Last winter I had made this in a video, and this is, again, one of my favorite things. I carry it in my purse all the time, and it holds my glasses. It's just such a handy thing to slide my glasses in. I don't have to open anything up and, latch it or, close it. I just keep this in my purse, and then I slide these in here, and it just protects my lens. And this does look a little bit worn out compared to this new one here, so maybe eventually I'll end up using one of these too. But I love this design of this pattern, the florals, and just, again, very well made, and it'll just do a great job of protecting glasses or even, sunglasses. And the final thing I want to show you, I'm really excited about too. We, of course, sell a lot of candles, and I've always wanted to have like a sample pack of our candles, some of our most popular scents. And we came up with this little sample box here. And this perfectly holds 6 candles, and these are, again, 6 of our probably most popular scents. And these are the summer scents as I'm holding this here. And we plan to have some, fall scents then too, and then Christmas, possibly, springtime, and who knows where this will go. But I think it's such a neat idea to have this for maybe a gift idea for someone. It would make it a great gift. And then also, if you're not sure about a certain scent, like you want to sample it first, these are the cutest size. They're 2 ounces, probably a little over 2 ounces, and I think they're just so adorable. And again, Amy, the lady that pours these for me, does an amazing job with them. So make sure to check those out, and those will be on the website and the Etsy shop. So as you can see, lots of exciting new products. Don't forget those quote blocks. I only have a limited amount of wood to make those, and then some of these pouches also a limited amount because I'm just using my scrap fabric. So make sure to check that out. And as always, I hope your day is going great. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.